Internet. I hope you're all prepared, and I hope you all had a wonderful day, because it's only going to get worse from here. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've done this skit before, and you would be right. So let's kick right off into it. After a reminder, of course, not to talk to anyone that is featured here on this podcast unless they come on to the voice chat here. Because at that point, they're usually totally okay with it.
I'm sorry, who are we pulling in?
Oh, what? No, I'm not pulling in any. I mean, I can always ask to see if Lupine. Yeah, Lupine's awake. I can always ping him to see if he wants to come on.
Is he awake or is he drunk awake?
I mean, either one's good for this show.
Oh, parents just let me know there's pulled pork in the fridge. I wish they told me that 2 hours ago when I was on my way home and I wouldn't have had to pick up Taco Bell.
Alright, so the first fic of the day is going to be a worm fic because, you know, we always have to hate on worm a little bit. And by hate on worm, I mean hate on the people who like worm and write stories for worm because they're terrible people.
And sometimes hate on Wildbow for making really weird Word of God decisions.
Yeah. That too. Alright, so let's just hop right on in. And...
Yay!
Alright. So this is going to be Hunter of Light. Actually, I have to fix that. I have to get rid of Atin's name because he's abandoned us today. Again. Hunter of Light. Danny is dating Caden. Colin has adopted Lisa. Laser Dream loves Taylor. Gru has 2 arch nemesis and a sister complex. Lisa is contractually obligated to seduce Panacea. Dragon wants to be Lisa's real mom. Annette Lustum Herbert wants her daughter back. Rune changed her Nazi subtype, and Trainwreck turns himself into a helicopter.
This is worm crack on steroids. Oh, good.
Yes, this is worm crack on steroids turned to 11. This is a troll fic.
Yeah. Oh, apparently Isley's happy that the normal intro is back.
Yeah.
Wait, when was the last time you did that intro?
It's been a while.
Huh.
It has actually been a while. Thank you for dragging your small Shota brother into this, Isley. I always appreciate more people filling up my chat.
It is nice, but I think you stopped doing that intro to spite me for some reason, and apparently that carried for quite some time.
No, I stopped doing that intro because Atin was being a whiny bitch about it. Anyway, moving on.
That might have been it.
Emma, I can't. Seriously? They'll figure it out in no time, and then it's off the juvie for me. Sophia said, Really, Soph? You're chickening out? Weren't you the one that told me to be strong and not back off? It's just Taylor. She's too pathetic to actually tell anyone, Emma replied. I don't know if the punctuation failure is part of the troll fic or not. Sophia sighed. She tried explaining it to Emma, but the redhead just didn't understand. Sure, Sophia was a parahuman, meaning very little normal people could do against her. But the problem was that Armsmaster and Nostradame were also parahumans. TI or this? Well, I mean, this is clearly the superior stream because you can always go back and watch TI to get the full experience, but we're better live because we interact with you. That's just my 2 cents. The international Dota tournament, big thing. I much rather be watching the TI than doing this stream, but I am contractually obligated to do this stream, so here I am. The sacrifices we make. I can't, Emma. You'll have to figure out some other way to do this bullshit because I'm not putting my ass on the line just because you want to prove yourself. That bitch doesn't even fight back. Why are you still trying? Alright, I'm actually gonna say, even if this is a crack slash trollfic, this is still a better portrayal of Sophia than canon. I'm a little bit dead inside after realizing that.
I'm not sure how to feel about that statement.
I'm gonna actually subtract sins for that. This trollfic now has minus sins.
Because you prefer this version of Sophia.
Where Sophia isn't absolutely massively retarded. Yeah.
Yeah, that...
Yeah.
I mean, like, we know why she acted like that.
Well, no, see, the thing is, the author does bring up a very good point there. It's the whole prank thing was Emma's plan and idea to prove herself slash Taylor obsession thing, and Sophia kind of just went with it because Wildbow said so. When Wildbow also said Sophia wasn't really interested in pursuing Taylor anymore because she had just made herself such a doormat.
He said that.
Analog.
Okay, seriously, he needs to just rewrite the entirety of Worm for the official publication, because, oh my god, this Word of God shit, he keeps like, you are giving us conflicting information.
Yeah.
You wrote it one way, but said it was actually supposed to be another way. Oh god.
Yeah.
I can accept the Endbringers just saying, fuck you, basically just run off quantum physics. I can forgive some of the things, like Arms Master would have taken a deal for Glory to turn dragon. Like, I could believe early on he might do that. I would rather entertain the notion that he would consider it.
Yeah.
And then it's just a coin flip at that point where, it's like, on the one hand, Glory, on the other, this is one of the best heroes we have, who's standing between us in multiple ways of doomsday.
Yeah. And Kilm asks, does Wildbow ever state why Emma is so taken with Sophia-losophy? Not that I'm aware in the canon story, and as far as WOGs go, I believe he only said something, Emma was broken after the incident, something, she latched onto Sophia, something, psychotic.
He could probably make inferences about it, like, due to the trauma, she latched on to the person that saved her and was like, you know what? I should emulate you because you're stupidly strong and send people running if you so much as look in their direction.
The incident where Emma was nearly raped by a BBB. Oh, hey! Look who decided to turn up?
I don't think his headset's working again.
Probably not, but I'll just be prepared in case it does. Anyway. Alright, fine. I get it. The wards are making you into a pussy. Whoop-de-doo. Emma replied, easy for you to say, you don't have the fucking sword of Democles hanging over you. I really doubt Sophia would know that reference.
Alright, I've once again gotten Ricky's demon headphones to work, so I have joined you live. Because I love you guys enough to do my job, even on vacation.
No, the rape was implied, Isley. They were gonna mutilate her first.
What in God's name have I walked into?
Worm.
Hey, Atin had my timing for once. That's awesome. And I got to hear it. It didn't happen. There was not even inference. They just straight up said, "Oh yeah, this guy's just unzipping his pants."
Yeah.
But by the way, why isn't there a hero named Damocles? That would be fucking awesome.
What? And he has like a sword that can grow in size?
Yeah, like just in war, it's like, what do? I manifest a sword that I can change the size of at will. Is there any upper limit on it? I haven't found out yet. All right.
Motherfucker, I will go Sargeras on this planet!
Just like, so does it have mass? Yeah, totally. Cool. Could you drop it on an Endbringer?
Anyway,
I don't like this plan.
Did either of you see that?
I'm gonna Azeroth the shit out of the Endbringer, Sneaky.
Yeah, Max, have you seen the new cinematic for for the expansion?
No.
So remember the big bad red dude who wants to like take over the universe?
Kind of.
Yeah, well, he like poofed into existence, and he's like twice the size of Azeroth, and he's like, "Fuckers, no, I won't die without stabbing your planet." So he manifests a sword like a quarter of the size of the planet and stabs the planet, and then disintegrates.
He literally does that. It's terrible.
I'm not even kidding about. He straight up stabs the planet.
A lupine is logging out of WoW as we speak.
What new fetishes is Isley going to reveal to us today, Sneaky?
I don't know. Let it be a surprise.
Oh yeah, the good old, how do I join VC? Hop in this one and we'll drag you.
Yeah, boy, you've been dragged. Hello, Lupin. Welcome to the stream. We're reading shit wormfic.
Oh dear.
Metal surrounded me, and I could barely see. Just tiny strip of light came through the top of locker door. It wasn't enough to help me.
Taking stuff out again, by the way.
No problem.
I don't know why. With fics that are written typically well, you start taking shit out to make it sound worse than it is. And with fics that are bad, your brain starts auto-correcting for some ungodly reason.
Everything must have balance, Max.
He's trying to create entertainment value.
Can I turn up Lupin's auto? Nah, I can indeed.
Yes, I love
how do I sign now?
You are the sound now.
I am the sound now.
Yes.
Not how do I sound now.
It wasn't enough to help me find some way out of this hell, only to show me just how disgusting the insides of the locker was. Oh, okay, the lights. Okay. The slick! What?
That's the wrong form of wet.
Wet?
That is the wet that you use with either whetstone or wet my.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't. Yeah, no.
Oh, have we been cheered? No.
Okay, so either the slime is sharpening something in there, or the slime is making her hungry or thirsty.
We don't know where it's going yet, Max. It could be some of those.
I mean, hey, it's just if slime is making someone thirst, that's, their fetish, and you shouldn't shame them for it.
Don't king shame, Max.
Look, all I'm saying is r/slime girls exists.
Oh, I'll take your word for it. I could barely breathe.
I've never been there. Because everybody says it's not safe for work. But...
Yeah, sure. This time, the trio had gone even further than usual. I could still hear Emma's laughter, Madison's cheers, and all the useless onlookers doing nothing. The bruises I'd gotten from the jocks that had pushed me in hurt, but not as much as the betrayal. The betrayal? From Emma? The girl that's been, fucking up your life? For a year? Now you've been betrayed by her? Author, you were doing so well. You gained 6 sins. I was at my lowest point.
I'll give the author this much. It's not often you find someone who's like, oh, here's the locker scene. It wasn't any of the trio that did it, though. Just random jocks they roped into this to push her in the locker.
I mean, it would make more
That's new.
sense.
See, that's what I've been saying. I will take off a sin for that.
Yeah,
Is this written by Reese? Maybe. No.
The implication and assumptions have always been it was probably Sophia because that girl is...
The implication is that she won't say no.
What?
I have... Where did that even come from?
It's a comedy skit of basically making fun of Trump's grabbing by the pussy comment. It was actually a funny one. You gotta see it entirety though. Hello. Oh, good. We got Germans here. We got British here. We got
Wait, is the Indian here?
No, yeah, we got the Indian. We got Britain, India. We got Germany. All we need is some
Britain,
Japanese,
India,
and we'll
what's
have
the
World War
difference?
II.
Oh my god. Oh, why am I friends with you?
Oh, please, that's not the most offensive joke anyone in this group has ever made,
By
Max.
far one of the
I
tamest
have
jokes
heard
I've
far
made.
worse. Yeah.
Besides, I bet the actual Indian doesn't even care.
No, the issue is that when he starts, I'm gonna say that's like notch 2 out of 10. When he starts at notch 2 this early, I expect it to be notch 10 in about an hour and a half.
Okay, but like he's not even drinking.
You worked very hard on that one, eh? Oh, yeah, Calvin, I worked real hard on that one. I worked so hard, I should reward myself.
Yeah, I've got a
Right.
few bottles here myself. 2, 4, 5. We've got 6 bottles on me.
Now we're cooking with chemistry.
I don't think
care
we
what
should
you
be
call it,
cooking
you
at all.
should be drinking.
He got it from TFS.
Who got what from... What?
What the fuck is TFS?
The only TFS I know is Team 4-Star.
Does she mean TSS? Toxic Shock
I think
Syndrome.
he might be referring to Helsing Ultimate Abridged.
What did I get from TFS?
Oh, wait, yeah. No, actually, that was a joke from Alucard, wasn't it?
Wait.
Was it?
What?
I
think that was a
genuinely
joke.
don't know.
I think that was a joke from Alucard. Huh.
Was it?
I don't remember.
Oh well, moving on.
I think it was the most recent one.
She
Huh.
who sleeps in classrooms. Star, 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 star. Glady droned on and on. See why this fall of communism that trade patterns this Leviathan that. It was quite boring. More boring than most of his speeches. The worst part was how much Emma and Madison kept giggling, being oh so fucking happy with their little ploy. No, scratch that. The worst part was that she wasn't even involved. But Nostradam would probably still go tattling to Master for some fucking reason, trying to convince him it was my fault anyway.
Question, who the hell is Nostradam?
Yeah, see, that's the question we've been asking.
I haven't been asking that at all. I just kind of just accepted that for some reason this is now here.
Yeah.
Um,
About an hour now. That was how long Taylor had been stuck in her locker. Although someone had probably let her out already.
yeah, it looks like this might just be a...
Is this
you know.
Sophia's little sister?
Well, I was thinking it was Emma who triggered, and then she was also a power
No,
human.
That was
no.
my guess.
Yeah.
Because given the situation Emma went through, it's relatively easy to make her trigger.
Yeah.
It was a joke made by Anderson in the episode before the most recent one. Why do you put Taylor in a locker? So she can trigger and have bug powers? Duh.
Literally, so the plot progresses.
Well, actually, I think it shows how little faith
Oh,
Wildblow has in the justice system. Because if I remember rightly,
Yeah,
there was
no,
a
look,
word-
Wildbow has a major fucking bone to pick with the United States justice system.
Okay,
It
to
is-
be fair, our justice system is not exactly the greatest anymore.
No, it is not, and I do not disagree that there is problems with the U.S. justice system, but the Wild Bow's interpretation of how it would operate in a post-parahuman world is a bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a bit
Much.
extreme, but I'm saying I understand someone having a bone to pick with the U.S. justice system.
Well, on top of that, he apparently was bullied in school himself. So...
Okay, well, guess what?
Okay, well, I
was
had my
bullied too.
head
I was a
slammed in a locker. I don't fucking care what he's been bullied.
Yeah. So apparently he's got something of a jaded view.
Yeah, okay, look, like, I got bullied hard, okay? I couldn't play
Mhm.
sports. I have literally no depth perception. I read books. I'm not as, like, terrible a person as he seems to make them all out to be.
Hmm.
Like, I've literally been shoved in a locker.
You have?
Yes!
Yes! It's
Oh.
really not that bad.
I
mean,
would not. I've never
it's-
actually even seen a
It's
locker.
actually fairly easy to open them from the inside.
Like,
Is
as
it?
soon as someone isn't actively holding it shut, you're pretty much fine.
All right. Like I said, the only experience I have with lockers is seeing them on a TV show or something. I mean, when I was in college, when I was in university, I never saw a single locker.
I mean, I didn't get
Did they not?
stabbed.
Could they not afford lockers in England for the
No, of
It's
course
just-
not.
no,
They're spending all the
it's just
money
not
on the
something I've ever
migrants.
seen. Well, there's that, yeah. But it's just not
Now
something
that
I've
you
ever
aren't
actually
pillaging
seen.
the rest of the world, you can't keep your economy afloat. Sorry,
It's-
kids. First it was the school books, now it's the lockers.
It's just not something I don't think we've ever really needed.
Well, no, the lockers were old news. Now there's no more pants. No, everyone has to wear dresses now.
Well, no, there was this girl back in college who wore a see-through skirt. You could see her underwear through that.
That's one thirsty person.
That Sneaky, why did we never get that at our college?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about the thing that I saw at that college.
Well, okay, I mean, to be fair, technically there was a see-through skirt, we just wish we couldn't have seen through it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had some odd sort of things. We had the apple juggling maths teacher.
Trust
we had
me,
the...
you don't know
the
bullying
girl
until
with
you've been a
constant
bookish
blue face
tomboy
paint.
girl in high school. No, Isley. I am very familiar with bullying. I literally had someone dump the cafeteria's ranch dispenser into my backpack.
yeah.
The most I ever had to deal with was leaving my laptop out in the dining hall and someone loading horse spawn onto it.
I would just say, for me, the bullying, it was... there was the physical aspect
Yeah.
of, like, physically getting beat to hell. There was getting shoved in a locker. There was someone ripping my book up in front of me. My personal favorite was the day they took my lunch and the teacher actually did something.
Yeah, I mean, I just made friends with the football quarterback, a U.S. Army Ranger pre-pick, and a U.S. Marine pre-pick. So, yeah, people stopped picking on me after yeah.
My school wasn't exactly
You
like that
also have
because
a reputation for stomping people's shit in if you just got tired of it.
Yeah, that was near the end of the years, though.
Like, yeah, but I'm pretty sure, like, oh yeah, this guy knocked out a guy twice his
Look, I
size.
might have gang pressed a couple people, okay? I don't want to talk about it.
yeah, we never had anything like that. I mean, we had like this proper big tough guy on the rugby team who also did ballet. So we just
Yeah.
never had anything like that. We had a lot of smokers all over the bloody place.
Yeah, don't worry, Isaac. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. And I just remember one of my friends' bag absolutely stinking of drugs at one point.
Oh yeah,
Really,
Calvin. I gang press people alone. I straight up alone would go up to people and go, "You're with me now," and they would just be like, "Oh, okay," and they would get up and follow me.
See, I never got that lucky. What finally got people to leave me alone was punching someone's lip into his teeth.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I might have hit someone at one point. I might have actually hit someone over the head with a titanium frame tennis.
That's how I met Max at Atin. No, I met Max because he was writing a Left 4 Dead story in my the place I lived in, and I met Atin because we both hated people who were shit at Dota 2 on a bus.
Well, no, let's be clear. We met because we were talking about. Was it you or me that was talking about Dota in the lounge?
I think it was you, and I overheard you.
Yeah, one of us overheard the other talking about Dota in the lounge, and then it was like, okay, and then one of us was like, well, I have to go. I live in blank hall. It's like, oh, well, I live there too. I'll catch the same bus. And then we exchanged Steam IDs, and then we played some Dota. We hated each other, but I'm like, I hate you less than I hate most of the randoms.
Yeah, basically.
No, that was literally what I said to him.
I had to lock a stalker in the recycling bin once.
We only ever locked teachers into like supply cupboards and stuff like that.
Like, she was going around telling people, telling everyone that she was my girlfriend, and I was just like, look, you smell so bad I can smell you from the other side of the school. You take a shower once a month? No. She's also like 4'6", by the way. And she didn't take no for an answer, so I just picked her up, opened up the recycling bin lid, and put her in it, and then closed the lid, and then put the padlock back on.
Yeah, we had a supply.
I dearly
teacher
wish
at
I
one
could have
point.
seen that.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, she left me alone after that. She also changed schools. Didn't press any charges, though.
Sneaky, you lived in Jersey. You make it sound like pressing charges is an option.
Yeah,
We had people jumping off the roof.
Anyone who
so...
goes to the police gets immediately shot for being a snitch, just right there in the station.
I mean, he's not entirely wrong.
Okay, wow.
Stuff like that happens near where I live as well. There was a stabbing recently.
She didn't have any brothers?
Stories like that.
No, I intimidated all of them, Calvin.
There was only a stabbing. Come back when the big headline for your city is we went a weekend without shooting anyone. We recently had that headline. It's usually a summertime marker. Guys, we finally went a weekend without anyone getting shot. Good job. Keep it up. Fuck.
Yeah, your city's got a lot of problems.
I remember when one last story, and then we'll move on with this bullshit. I remember someone tossed salt at my face once, and some of it got into my eyes, and that's a what's the best way? Trigger point for me, I guess, would be the best way to say it. Yeah. And so I went off to go wash my face out, and I came back, and he just kind of looked at me and was like, "Oh shit."
Oh, was
I'm
this
about
the head
to be
on
murdered.
Table?
Yes. No, this is a different guy. He was like, I'm about to be murdered. And all of his friends just, like, got out of my way. I took a shit ton of salt in my hand, slammed his face into the table, then shoved it in his eyes.
Okay, no, that was the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Christ, Sneaky.
Yeah. Closest I ever got was lemon-scented oven cleaner being squirted in my eyes.
Oh, that I'd have killed someone as soon as I could see.
Oh
God, no, just Fergie. It was like, hey, Danny. I'm like, what? Right in my fucking eyes. That hurt like fuck.
Yeah.
I
only got like a half working eye left, so anything messing with my eyes.
Listen, stay away from my eyes, and I'll stay away from your life.
Don't worry, Sneaky. We'll sign you up for bionic eyes as soon as they become consumer available.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just be glad we're peaceful boys now.
Did you guys ever have
here's the thing, right? I'm peaceful now because no one fucks with me.
That's fair enough.
Did you guys ever have that big guy in school? Like, I'm curious. You guys ever know that big guy in school that, like, nicest guy you'll ever meet, but no one ever fucks with him?
Oh, yeah.
He's got resting bitch face?
Yeah, yeah.
That was me in school, like, to the point
that
where...
That was the quarterback.
Kid accidentally hit me with a wadded up napkin he was trying to toss in the trash. I pick it up, throw it away, and just kind of look at him. It's like, I'm so sorry, sir. And everyone who knew me just looked at him like, is this your first time meeting him? Because he cowered. He flinched when I looked at him. It was the weirdest experience.
Apparently, Atin and I have resting murder faces.
Yeah, but you
that
were
was-
also still small enough that people thought they could get away with it.
Well, Atin is. I'm
Like-
6'1".
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I was small initially. I'm like Sneaky. What would you say? I'm like what 5'10", 5'11"?
You were
Depending on the-
5'8"-ish when I met you?
Yeah, I've gotten a couple
yeah.
inches.
All right, yeah. Like, yeah, I also have, because on both sides of my family, like on both sides of my family, all of the men on both mom and
I
dad's
have a
side
resting
tend to
Asian
be big,
face.
broad-shouldered guys. So
Wait, Bake! Are you
was-
Japanese?
fucking-
This is important!
Wait. Yes. Do we have another international viewer?
Oh no. Sneaky, don't you dare.
Sneaky, please don't.
Isn't you there with him right now so they can gag him?
Okay, he says no. Alright, phew.
Sadly, no. None of us. I mean, technically, I can gag him in about 3 hours.
Might be a bit late then.
The absolute most that can be done is I can server mute him, but that doesn't stop him from saying
No.
shit on the stream.
No, it doesn't
No.
stop me from saying shit.
Like what I'm looking forward to Lupin is if we ever get big enough or make enough money that we can move in together, I'm going to just have a mute Sneaky button hooked
Yeah,
into the sound.
Oh no,
Max
no, no,
is gonna have
Sneaky,
control of the
Sneaky, It will
soundboard.
literally be the swear button,
Yeah,
but it will be
it's
just for Sneaky.
Max just constantly slams that.
Like I will have to set the stream up on a 10 to 30-second delay because Twitch only does 2 to 5-second delays. It's like, okay, and that's in the stream now. Long beep.
Remember that time you beeped out everything that Jake said in our...
That video is still up.
Yeah, I know.
That video is far more entertaining, and I think I lost the original version. So we will never remember what he was saying.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so and
was
it's
it.
story time.
Yeah,
Let's
this
get
is
back
what
to
Well, no, I
Wild
was
Bo
gonna say- I will
doesn't
say,
go to
just
high school.
One last thing on the idea of resting Murderface. For those of you who don't believe me, look, I can vouch for Sneaky. Sneaky can vouch for mine, and Nose Hair will vouch for both of ours.
Oh, anyway. Suddenly, she was floating outside of her body. Two great shapes of crystal folded in and out of each other, slowly losing parts of itself. She felt herself get launched away towards a pale blue-green thing. She landed, bonded, and met one of her sisters. Quay, her sister asked. This is Sophia, by the way. This is Sophia having this.
Yep, that definitely sounds like Sophia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Wait.
Yep.
This is the dream that you get when you trigger. Why is she having it again?
Probably because Taylor's triggering and the author is having Sophia
Oh.
be close enough.
Oh, kill.
Yeah, because
No.
anyone who's close enough to the trigger re-sees their trigger vision, but it gets wiped again, unless you've got something like Miss Malicious Shard
Yeah.
that makes her remember everything.
And do you still have that Dishonored scarf I sent you?
I do. Why?
Because Kilm's like, listen to Atin, he has a Dishonored mask, and I'm just sitting here laughing because I have the actual mask replica.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't know what happened to that actually.
Wait, how does Cruel know I have that?
I have no idea because I never uploaded our face cam stuff.
I sent him a picture because he said he would draw us at some point, but then he never did.
Oh.
I would send you a picture of what I actually look like, but I don't want the internet knowing that.
No faces, just remember. No Russian.
Oh,
Just
God.
remember, no Chicago. Every Chicagoan, every weekend.
Everyone just pulls out Tommy 22s.
Bandana, a mask, and a pump. God damn it.
Oh, God.
If this community ever grows large,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
right.
looking-
He asked for our faces, and I was just sent him the ones where we're all being covered.
Yeah, like, that means all he has. He doesn't even have like half a face. He has a gas mask for me.
Yeah.
A really, not even like a modern day, like a big old bulky one.
Yeah.
Fuck off! It was $15
I
at an
don't
anime con
know
for some
why
reason.
we thought that was the best way to record the anime contempt theater, but
It was dumb. We were all
just
really
remember,
dumb.
folks, if you actually give us money, we'll start releasing anime contempt theater, and you can get the full glory of Max wearing a gas mask, Atin wearing a cheap cosplay cutout.
And you
That-
also wearing a
was-
cheap
that was
cosplay.
No,
cutout.
I was wearing a bandana and
Yeah,
a military hat.
Sneaky, remember that cheap cosplay cutout was official merch that was offered as
I
a
know.
To be fair, though, if you just turned it inside out and wore it like the scarf, it actually is pretty nice. It does look pretty good. The mask, just the mask side is what looks bad.
Max wears a mask because he knows how to gas.
Oh
God.
god. That's
But
one
yeah,
thing I'm
like we said, listen,
forward
all
to
you have
by
to
the
do
Sneaky
is
Bro.
get us Sneaky. What did we say the goal was? $15 a month?
$10 per episode, I think it was.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna need significantly. How long do you think it took me to edit the first episode, you cunts?
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Look, we promise we'll have gotten better at
quit.
broadcasting. We'll cut down on your work.
I remember.
We'll cut down the ums and ahs, and as long as you have and as long as you put in a bleep button, you can just automatically bleep Sneaky. Everything he said.
Suka
Just everything.
blunt!
It
In
wasn't
here!
even it wasn't even a Russian gas mask. I think it was Israeli.
No. Was it Israeli? Yeah, no. No, Israeli.
Israeli had 2 or 3 different sets. Fuck, I can't remember which one it was.
You're right.
It had 2 or 3 different styles, so the one that people generally remember is the one that looks like fucking pyro connected to a bag.
That was the one you were wearing.
No. It's big, bulky, dark green.
$15.
Oh, yeah.
Try $50. Our shit quality is quality shit. Thanks, Calvin. I appreciate your
wow.
opinions.
I like that because at $50, if I'm getting like 30 of that 50, that might be worth the time and effort. But like, editing is not fun. Like,
If you want, I can
okay,
help
how do
you
I put
edit it.
Okay, sorry. Editing is fun, but when you I had to edit that episode 5 times before you fuckers were satisfied. To the point of, okay, here are 5 different fucking wood grains. Pick one.
Oh
you
yeah,
guys spent an hour deliberating.
We were so fucking intensely debating the wood grain.
It was an important part of the product.
I'm just like, here are 5 wood grains I can use as a background. Here's a nice cherry wood. Here's a good dark red. Here's mahogany. And you fuckers spent an hour of my time talking about it.
Oh god.
I learned so many editing tricks with Sony Vegas Pro that day, and I forgot them all because it's been 2 years, I think.
Yeah, no, it has been 2 years because the anime contempt theater was before fanfiction contempt theater.
And to be fair, like we said, guys,
right, yeah.
just come on, $10. All we need is $10, and you'll get to see us looking like absolute idiots.
What anime
Yeah,
was it?
and we can
Honestly,
round off.
if we got $3 from everyone currently watching, that would be enough money to pay for Max to do this.
No. Remember, one of them's already done.
That's true.
The second one is half done.
Yeah. I'm tempted, to be honest. Well, just a
What anime
reminder,
did you critique?
the first thing we did was Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0.
Yeah, because I was like, if we're gonna start this off with some good quality trash from the 90s.
I already subbed.
But
Kill,
like, here's the thing,
Kill,
right?
I
If you guys do a
appreciate your
series,
subs,
we'll just
Kill.
we'll pick a series. We'll do an entire series.
I don't have any of that money yet, Kilm. It has been 1 3/4 of a year, and I still do not have any of the money there.
Isley, you're not starting that degeneracy from last Tuesday again. Stop
No.
it.
Please be degenerate. It entertains me.
Atin. No. Remember the degeneracy where we almost like we almost started like banning
Oh
or
Jesus
muting
Christ!
at least. She's starting that up again.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ!
look, I'm just saying it gives me reasons to, try to find out who Isley is in real life, so I
How
can
much
blackmail
more
her.
do I need until the first paycheck? Oh, that's a good question.
Okay.
Where
And
is
I'm not
that?
gonna lie, that's still creepy.
For God's sake, I'm kidding. What? We can't joke about blackmail anymore?
Apparently not.
No, no,
Thought I knew
no,
you
you
better.
can't.
I've blackmailed my own brother.
That's your brother. Everyone blackmails their sibling. It's like a rite of passage.
How do I even find how much of the monies I need?
Is there not like just an easy, hey,
So
here's your current
Max, I
earnings?
think
There
Isley
used to
misinterpreted it.
be.
Isley misinterpreted it as a blackmail, not blackmail. Check the chat, lad.
I'm not gonna question it. I'm just going to ignore it, and that's what's gonna happen.
The second one, it's the second one, Isley.
I honestly don't. Oh, here we go. View payout history. What do you mean view payout history? Yeah, no payouts to display. No shit.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It's just like, hey, this is the revenue. I'm like, oh, that's great. Thank you for telling me this is the revenue for today. Where's the total revenue? Oh, we don't keep that anymore. Okay,
Oh,
thanks.
God.
I guess.
On the bright side, though, going forward with ACT, we still should have picked a different thing because I always just flash back to high school. Isn't that fucking
ACT?
thing? Anime Contempt Theater, ACT.
Oh, act.
Yeah, your ACT scores and all that shit.
Oh,
Lord,
shit,
yep.
God, yeah. No
Oh,
child.
on
Thanks,
the
no
ups?
child left behind.
Yeah.
I honestly, I am not even, like, kidding at this moment anymore. I honestly cannot find, for the life of me, the revenue.
Oh dear.
All right,
Well, clearly they stole
listen.
it.
Do what I do. Just let Max remote control your computer, and the problem will solve itself.
No, see, the problem here is
Is
not
a
that I
legitimate
can't
process?
find the revenue. It's I can't find the total revenue. I can find today's revenue. I
Oh,
can find
no.
the
They
month's
don't have
revenue.
they don't have a chart.
They
going,
no, they
like...
removed the total payout chart.
Wait, but does that mean we should have been paid and we haven't yet?
No, because I checked the pending payouts and payout history, and there is nothing there.
Do you have to manually request the payout?
I don't know at this point. I don't know anymore. Okay. I am
Wait,
at a state
Sneaky. Let's
of
call
unknowing.
Twitch support live.
I'm not calling Twitch support live.
Let's not.
Yeah. Well, at least we know who isn't tech savvy here.
Yeah. Wow, that's weird.
If I cheer, do I get the money
But,
directly? Yeah. Every single cent of a cheer goes directly towards the Twitch
This
streamer.
streamer. Yeah. Although I will say this going forward, though, like I was saying earlier with Anime Content Theater, I'm so glad I found Sync Play because that's gonna make it so much easier.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because we were
Especially
all
when
like
Ad gets
trying
called
to
away and
watch it like independently, and then At was having loading troubles.
Oh god, it was such a
And
mess.
then his parents just straight up interrupted shit, and he was too
Like I had a
late to get
sign on the door, like, "Hey guys."
How I
and
set
the-
my I've set up all that. I've set up the payment methods and everything. I don't worry. I've been TD Bank has been dutifully reminding me every single day that I currently have $5 in my checking account. So I will be quite aware when I no longer have $5 in my checking account.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so let's get back to Sophia apparently remembering this. Miss Hess, I know the subject isn't very interesting, but please try not to fall asleep, Glady droned. Sophia looked up from her desk. Strange, she didn't remember falling asleep. What happened to that thing with the crystal shapes and her sister? She couldn't quite remember. She who is falsely accused. Star, 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 star. Seriously, Sophia, you had to know we'd find out, Nostradame said with that smug little smile of her fucking face. The fuck is it now, Lisa? Oh my, okay, so Lisa's apparently, oh right.
Tattletale.
Right, so,
Fucking
right.
Tattletale.
Tattletale was apparently adopted by Armsmaster before this story started.
Boy, that's kind of important. Also, why would Armsmaster ever adopt a child?
Because this is a crack fic.
Plus, she's not an orphan.
I mean,
Her parents are alive and want her back. She ran
That's
away from home.
that is true. It'd be really hard to adopt her, actually, now that I think about it.
Well, no, it wouldn't be possible. I mean, I guess it's Armsmaster. He could easily, with Dragon's help, he could easily forge a pseudonym.
Yeah.
Of course, like, could also be that whole, like, oh, I've adopted you. What about the legal papers? It's just one of those things where it's like, I just adopted them in name. And
Where
that's
does
it.
it actually mention that Armsmaster had adopted Nostradamus?
In the summary.
The summary? Let's have a look.
Yeah. The summary is
Oh,
Danny
God.
is dating Caden. Colin adopted Lisa. Laser Dream loves Taylor. Gru has 2 arch enemies and a sister complex. Lisa is contractually obligated to seduce Panacea. Dragon wants to be Lisa's real mom. And Annette Hebert is Lustrum. And she wants her daughter back from Caden. Ruin changed her Nazi subtype, and Trainwreck turns into an attack helicopter.
Okay, yeah. Literally, the first thing I've actually seen of this was the prologue when you started reading it. So this is the first time I'm actually reading the summary.
That's $10, and I thank you for that. Whenever we get that money from Twitch, we'll start releasing these episodes.
But why would Armsmaster... this doesn't make any sense.
Bits equal 1 for 1 cent in the American USD. So, yeah. Anyway, would you come back to the tip line if there was a new contract? Oof.
Wait.
Homeland Security is currently contacting me to see if they want to take that contract up again.
Well, that's good, lad.
That is good, but how did they actually run the investigation and figure out, oh, this prior manager was a horrible human being?
Probably not, but hey, 20 an hour is 20 an hour. I'm a gay flag. I appreciate your opinions. Oh shit, R&B paying.
Glad I got the first episode all completed now.
Homeland Security, what do I do for them? Am I gonna be reading more bad fanfics to the prisoners at Guantanamo? Yeah, actually, that was my previous job. Is I was at Guantanamo Bay, and all I would do was read bad fanfics to the prisoners there. Unfortunately, we had to stop it. It was considered cruel and unusual punishment, and so we had to put a stop to it.
Sneaky, you went the wrong way. You should have said that was your job as an interrogation method.
I would just like to remind everyone that the U.S. military plays extremely loud rock music at the prisoners as an interrogation/torture method, and one of the bands actually sued the U.S. military, claiming that their music is not a torture device.
Look, all I'm gonna say is one of the ways that South Korea annoyed the piss out of the North Koreans at the border was to blast K-pop at them with giant speakers.
Yep.
Isn't North and South Korea becoming one country or something?
Maybe. I doubt it.
I've heard nothing about that.
Actually, they're going to become the 51st and 52nd states of the United States of America.
I don't know how China's gonna feel about that.
Well, a couple of years ago, there was talk about turning Britain into an
Oh.
American colony.
I'm
I'm
for
not
that.
gonna lie. The only way that could get any better is we get a message from China. Stop settling near our borders.
Can everyone hear us or?
I can hear you, lad.
Oh no, the
fine.
chat's saying they're having trouble
Uh-oh.
hearing me.
Oh no.
As far as I'm aware, I have had no interruptions on my stream. Okay, you can hear me. Good,
I can
good,
still
good.
hear. I can still hear us.
Now that you can hear me, let us continue the strange and unusual punishment that you are all subjecting yourselves to.
Darn.
Seriously? You don't even know, do you? Or is it that you do know, but it could be one of multiple different things we figured out? Okay, why is the author writing Lisa like Jack Sparrow? I mean, I sort of approve, but at the same time, why?
I never approve of Tattletale. Never.
No, you don't
Just
like
put it
Tattletale
one
at
in
all?
ahead. Oh god, no.
Sophia wanted to punch her, the little twat. Always thinking she was better than everyone else and running to daddy when it turned out she wasn't. Ooh, interesting. Seriously, if you don't want me to know how guilty you are, maybe don't do anything wrong, Lisa continued. I didn't do anything and you fucking know, and you know it, you fucking liar, Sophia shouted. Lisa started laughing. Oh my, and you actually believe that, don't you? Seriously, even Piggy is serious this time. I didn't even fucking do anything, Sophia yelled back. I literally didn't. I think that's actually the problem this time.
Actually, what's really confusing here is that Lisa learned a long time ago when she first got her power that if she makes assumptions, it fucks her powers up and makes them inaccurate as hell.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Man, Arn is just throwing the money at us. I'm sure we'll eventually get that money from Twitch. Just
Oh my god.
at some point.
Jeez. But my biggest problem here at the moment is I get this as a crack fic, but
Yes.
it's just bothering me with Lisa being characterized like this. Like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore the biggest downside of my power
Hold
being
on a
that-
minute. Why are you mad at me? The hell did I do?
Suck my dick at.
No. The thing with Lisa.
Well,
is-
Latin, you
I
heard the
haven't said
man. Get a
anything to you,
sucking.
lad.
The thing with Lisa is she's an author exposition device. Whenever the author needs to tell something to the audience,
Oh
he uses
god.
Tattletale to do it.
Yeah. Oh my
That was
god.
my
It's
purpose.
so fucking. Ah. Yeah, no,
Are
that
you
is one of
paying
the
us to
most
get
annoying tropes.
right now? You're paying to get anime contempt theater. That's what you paid for.
Lisa Cack sparrowing someone is new one.
I'm pretty sure they meant to say Jack.
Oh, yes. She shoved garlic down my throat when I was 6 because it kept evil spirits away. Okay. That's the thing. Moving on. Blah 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 blah. Heart attack. She's fat. Fat jokes. Fat jokes. Fat
It's big, of course
jokes.
we're gonna have more of them.
Blah 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 blah. Finger scanner. She put her mask on. There was no reason to show her face to Piggy, no matter what she thought of her. Piggy
She knows who she is.
No reason to her what?
What? She knows who
What?
she is.
What the fuck?
Aside from a lack of grammar, these seem to have a lacking understanding of the characterizations and the plot of one.
Why are we not talking? Sneaky, why aren't you
Sorry.
reading? What are you doing?
I'm in contact with that person who's in charge of possibly rehiring me for that other job. Was Sneaky just passing out mumbling, "What the fuck?" No, that's going on a mug, though. Maybe have, like, the lettering lead into the mug. Who knows? Anyway, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Had someone tattled. Blah, blah, blah. Did Taylor go to the police? Mind reading. Blah, 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 blah. No one's seen her. Blah, blah, blah. What happened to Taylor? Shadow Stalker, why don't you take a seat?
Question. Why are
Answer.
you all referring to Taylor by her first name? It sounds like they're like super familiar with her.
Nah, that's fair enough. That's something I never really understood. Some people do that, some people don't. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna refer to you as your last name or your online nickname usually.
Or like, I would expect Pickett to say a certain Miss Hebert that you might be familiar with, or something to that effect, rather than saying Taylor.
Yeah,
As if she's like the little granny.
I
granny
think
that-
the author is trying to cover up their shit writing skills by calling it a troll fic. Because, like, there's some
I mean, to be fair, someone could accuse me and Max of that.
Okay, yeah, but see, like, the thing is, there's a difference between, like, oh, guys, this is a crack fic that's gonna be silly, and I don't know how to write, so I'm gonna call it a crack fic. Like, the concept might be the crack part, but there's, like, a lot in here that's just
Bad writing.
Exposition.
bad writing. Yeah.
Bad exposition.
Like, there's a difference between this is cracky and this is just bad writing. Yeah. What that difference is, it's a bit hard. Fake German. Less fake and more horrifically butchered. God damn it, Isley. Just like the Nazis. Can we just skip to the
Sneaky, I
part?
was thinking of other outrageous goals we should have. We should
Yeah.
have something underneath like the maid outfit, like maybe like $1,000. We'll let you all come. We'll do like a meetup or some dumb crap like that.
Please, someone's gonna shank me. It's gonna be Lupine too.
Why would you say that?
This is for calling me a rape worm!
Yeah, why did you call me a rape worm?
Wait, what?
Dungeons and Dragons.
So I do a D&D game with Lupine that I might start streaming as well onto this thing.
Oh
Oh
god.
god.
And
That'll be
so
crazy.
like we had to make up new characters for our next campaign. And one of
was
our
a
members
wild
was
animal.
like, I'm a book that gains sentience and has become a ink person. And everyone's like, okay, that's like something. And then another member was like, I'm gonna be basically D&D female Inuyasha that can turn into a wolf. And everyone's like, okay. And I was like, I'm gonna be Anarchic Death. And everyone's like, that's pretty cool. And then fucking Lupine here just comes out. Lupine just comes out and is like, I'm gonna be a rape worm.
No. It was Faceless, I think, who originally called it that because of the.
No,
ultimate
I
artwork.
originally called it a rape worm, and then you're like, yeah, it's sort of, and then you were like, yeah, it's sort of like the Matteau rape worms. And then the name stuck because you agreed with me.
The alternate artwork looks like that from Curse of Strahd. The regular stuff in the Monster Manual doesn't.
Look, mate, it's a rape.
Oh, by the way, Sneaky, I just discovered this today. They're bringing back the hand in the eye for 5e.
Really?
I only know 5e, so that makes no sense to me.
My server is dank. I mean, yeah, it's a more active place than the official server here, but that's mostly because the people there are more what's the word for it? Autistic.
Well, that works too, yeah.
I'm not wrong.
No, you're not.
not saying anything. I've never been on that server. I'm not saying anything.
I like how defeated you sounded.
Okay, anyway, so we're actually at the end of this story. So, everyone give a good old hoopla and let's move on.
Yay.
Oh, thank God.
At only 3 sins, too. More like, more like 10-ish, maybe. Like 6-ish, maybe. But, like, not that many sins. There wasn't much wrong with it besides just really off punctuation and some methods of communication between the characters, but surprisingly tame compared to that one story that I just held down the plus button for the entire time.
Oh yes, that one.
What was that one? I don't even remember that. Look, I got really drunk that night.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
wasn't here, and you just quit.
Yeah, I did.
You just gave up.
Yeah. Wait a second.
Was that the night I had to close?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the night you had to close. So it was just me and Sneaky for almost
Hold
the
on.
entire
Where was
stream.
it? Where was it?
No, actually, no. It was just me and Sneaky the entire time. I think. I maybe Kilm popped in for the last half.
Maybe.
Kilm, do you remember?
Birth of a Dragon God, Naruto Justice League crossover. Now I want to do some Harry Potter because Lupine's here. Let's get some Harry Potter in this shiz.
I do know other fandoms than Harry Potter.
I know.
Do you though?
Yeah.
He does now.
Rise of the Hybrid, Jurassic Park Wormcross.
What?
I'm almost scared to click this.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's go with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. I have my eyes closed, so let's go with this one. Maggot! More worm. Actually, no, not worm. No more worm today. We have wormed our worm.
Oh boy.
I don't like the way that sounded. A lot of worm. That's a lot of worm. More worm. Worm. Okay, how about this?
It seems to be one of the more active fandoms lately, Worm.
Yeah, it sort of is. A lot of people cross-posting these days from the space battles and sufficient velocity.
Yeah, because they're... Well, I mean, they're still idiots, but they're being less idiotic.
Hey, wait, people are talking in our chat again. Hey, Sneaky, if I give you another 500 bits, will you do a story I send you? Sure. You know what? Yeah. I will do a story that you send me, even if I don't understand a single fucking thing in it. As long as I can read it, and there's no sex in it.
Oh, God, now he's going to
send
look for
you.
one. I thought he had one ready. Oh, no.
One I'd love to send you would be an Essence of Silver and Steel.
Oh no. See the
How
problem with Essence of Silver and Steel is the
Everything.
subtler shit in it. It's like not immediately apparent how fucking awful it is.
Until you get to the more recent stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it becomes very
But we
obvious.
only read like the first chapter here, and like the first chapter of Essence and Steel was like, okay, I guess yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed it, but that's because I look at it and it's like, yeah, this is just slowly turning into the Raffle Stomp that it should be, with access to the throne of fucking heroes.
Except it's not.
I've started reading Silver and Steel, very interesting. Basically, the main problem with Silver and Steel is if you, like, know the Fate verse at all, you get really annoyed with him pretty quickly.
Yeah, you get more out of it if you have some understanding of the Nasu verse. Like, the most recent chapters, like, what happened with Coil, it's like, yeah, actually that...
Oh, God, okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, what is it?
Fucking Christ, wasn't this just uploaded the other day, like, in the form of multiple snapshots?
Harry Potter
on
house
this
thing.
server.
Yeah. Yep. It was.
Oh, fuck. Oh, he wants dramatic reading.
I mean, dramatic reading. I don't know, man.
That's at least another $2,
That's
right?
at least another $5.
Oh,
And not because like I want you to pay me more, but because I'm running out of the alcohol required for that.
Oh god.
I love that. I need $5 more so that I can get.
No,
some
listen.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Give him that
I
$5.
can't read
We'll
this.
switch it over to we'll switch the stream temporarily to what is it called? Lifetime streaming, and you can watch him go and buy the alcohol.
No, that would be a breach of contract.
Yeah.
100. You drive a hard bar. All right. What accent do you request for this? Because I will attempt to read the entire thing like that. It also has to be one I can do realistically, because if it's something that's like murder myself or I just can't do, then it's not happening. Like, what accents can I do? I can do something vaguely offensive to the. I can do something vaguely offensive to the Scottish and Irish. I can do something vaguely offensive to the British. I can do something vaguely offensive to the Italians and Russians. I can do Southern preacher. Half Russian. Oh god. Okay. I'm drinking vodka, so.
Half Russian-ish.
Is that anything like a white
German?
Russian?
No, I actually cannot do German. I say vaguely because I'm catching myself here. I don't want to make claims that I'm capable of sounding like an Irishman, because that would probably get an Irishman to bomb my car.
Sneaky, that statement alone may have gotten the Irishman to bomb.
Well, I do know a ginger Irishman.
I might want to increase. That's fair. Let's see. How do I make the text bigger?
Select all, and you should be able to just adjust the font somewhere.
Uppercase everything.
Please don't. God, please don't. Check the tabs. Oh, yeah. How about that?
I was referring to the offensive part. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say Irish people will be offended by me trying to do an accent of theirs. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I'm not going to speak for other people unless I can be certain. Like, Max is definitely going to be irritated with me if I tried to do a Southern preacher of this entire thing. I can say for certainty on that one.
Please don't.
I'm afraid of this internet. Anyway, I gotta go to sleep. No sleep! No one gets to sleep until we're all dead.
It's 2 a.m.
Okay. Bye, Calvin.
Bye, Calvin.
Number 18.
Why do we keep attracting Europeans to this stream?
Look, I don't know why all of our viewers are foreign. I don't mind it. I'm just curious about it.
Yeah, it's like it only bothers me insofar as it's confusing as shit.
Yeah, we get people popping off. Hey, I'm gonna go to bed now. It's like, what the fuck are you? It's like, it's like 4 a.m. here. Why are you watching this stream? Why do you do this?
I'm not gonna lie, the only thing that can make this better is like we start getting some of the European streamers just like hopping in our chat like, hey, I needed something to keep myself awake. Thanks, guys.
I mean, my shrill, ear-scratching voice would certainly do that to anyone.
Well, you're keeping me awake at least. It's already 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is Soviet Russia time. You are wizard, Harry. Hagrid said. And you are coming to Hogwarts. What is Hogwarts? Harry asked. It is wizard school. It's not public school, is it? No, it is privately run. Good. Then I accept. Children are not the property of the state. Everyone who wishes to do so has the right to offer educational services at the fair market rate. Let us leave at once. Vodka, Boris Janssen. Malfoy bought the
Really? Really?
How-
You were doing fine until that last part, man.
How long is this, by the way?
It's a bit slanked as 40,000 words.
Isley, what coast are you on?
Yeah, I would really like to
she
know
would-
what coast you're on.
She would have to be at like the very fucking tip of the New England area.
No,
Believe it or not,
even,
America.
We're
No,
in New England.
No,
Well,
Isley.
No, it's
Isley, that's not right.
Isley.
I
oh
am
my God.
solidly in New England, thank you.
Never mind. No, she's
Yeah, no, Isley, you're like actually
okay.
like,
Luke, fine. You
earlier
cheeky
than
cunt.
all of us. Northeast England.
Yeah, no, Isley, I'm pretty sure you're okay. So she's either in the Midwest time zone or she's in the Central time zone. Because God forbid America stick to 3 simple time zones. No, we gotta have like 5 and a
Look,
half.
man, we are a big country, okay?
Yeah, and then there's fucking Hawaii. Like, hey guys, we're 2 time zones further back. Mm.
What time is it here? It's 9 p.m.
Well, 8:52, but round it up, sure. Yeah, 9.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's 8:52 here,
It's 7:52 for you.
and if you want, for the next,
he's not in.
until tomorrow, 3 of the people on the show will be within 3 hours of each other.
Better
So
get
if you're willing
going.
to pay for
Yeah,
the
yeah, we're going.
I'm sorry, Isley, you're not in the middle time zone.
Malfoy bought us whole team brand new Nimbus clean sweeps, said Ron, like a poor person. That is not fair.
Also, no, I will not stop shilling people ever.
Everything that is possible is fair, Harry reminded him gently. If he is able to purchase better equipment, that is his right as an individual. How is Draco's superior purchasing quantitatively different from my superior sneak-catching abilities? I guess it isn't, Ron said crossly. Harry laughed, cool and remote, as if it was a mountain to laugh. Someday you will understand, Comrade Ron. Oh, God damn it. This part. Professor Snape stood at front of room sort of Jewishly. There will be no foolish wand-waving or silly incantations in this class. As such, I do not expect many of you to appreciate the subtle science and exact art that is potion-making. However, for those select few who possess and the predisposition, I can teach you to bewitch the mind and its nether senses. Now I'm getting into Arnold Schwarzenegger. God damn it!
Bad, very,
It's
very
like
bad.
slowly shifting from Russian to shitty German.
Austrian,
That's fair enough.
actually. Okay.
Yeah.
The middle what the fuck is
Not the middle cut.
So you were in the Carolinas? I don't
Isley,
don't know
I
if
am
the-
geographically challenged, and even I
don't know if the
you're
American
insane.
education system has failed Isley or us.
I would argue it's failed Isley.
The middle what the That's not a coast!
Isley, we need to talk.
Isley, that's called the Midwest.
No, that's not the Midwest. Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and Michigan all part of Michigan falls in the Eastern Time Zone.
Okay, but Michigan is evil and wrong.
I mean, Michigan is wrong.
That may just be because I live in Chicago.
Honestly, I'm not gonna say anything about that because
Okay,
my mom's
if
from
it's
Ohio,
if it's
so we're big Ohio
8:52
State.
Isley is in Ohio, Pennsylvania, or New York. If it's 8:52,
Yeah,
or like the furthest reaches of Michigan. Isley, it's not the Middle Coast. That's Lakeside. There is a difference.
Can you just post the state then if it's start turning into a guessing game?
Wrong,
Actually-
you missed the state. Isley, there's so many fucking states that are both on the Eastern Standard Time and also bordering a Great Lake.
Actually, wait. Does Indiana and Michigan fall in there or not? I forget. Some of our states are cut in weird spots for the time zones.
Indiana.
I've never noticed that part of Michigan
Indiana.
just
Who
extends off of
lives in
Wisconsin.
Indiana? Nobody lives
No.
in Indiana.
Hold on a minute. I've been to Indiana. It's an hour behind Illinois.
It's not,
Wait,
and that is physically impossible.
what?
I don't know if you're making a
What's
joke or
that?
not, but it's going right over my
Did
head.
everyone fail geography in this fucking chat?
I failed geometry. Does that
Hey.
count? No, I did not actually fail geometry.
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm now angry at Michigan. Part of it is just completely disconnected from the state and floating on part of Wisconsin.
Hence,
Yes.
Michigan is wrong.
Fuck you, Michigan.
Look, Michigan and Wisconsin had a whole fucking battle about this, and Wisconsin lost, and so now Michigan controls Wisconsin's dick. They're kind of married. Don't ask.
I'm so glad I didn't take geography.
You didn't take geography. Well, you don't really need to. You live on a fucking island.
Aye, which part of the
What?
island am I on?
I was about to say, like,
I
part
did
of
it
this,
too.
Car bombs or the part without them?
what would you realistically need?
Christ, that!
Piece of shit. Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh,
Alright.
next you're gonna be saying it doesn't matter if you're in Scotland or not. It's all British anyway.
Oh.
No, Scotland and England and Ireland are all separate places, and Wales.
No, they're still under United Kingdom, so.
No, they're still part of the
Sneaky,
same.
you've gotten real quiet all of a sudden.
No, I don't. Oh, hold on. Someone's knocking at my door.
Oh, well, I guess this is, Atin, is that your assassin this time, or Nose Hairs?
I'm sorry, what?
Is that your assassin knocking on his door, or Nose Hairs?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, so now that we've established that no one here knows the geometry, God damn it, Adam!
Hey, I
God!
took A-level maths.
Now-
I
Damn
know
it,
my
Adam.
maths.
I have a rough understanding of geography, but I don't ever have to make use of it, so I feel I can be forgiven in this instance.
Yeah, you
Or at
never
least I
leave
know that
Georgia.
Indiana's on the wrong side of Illinois to be an hour behind.
The joke was that nothing actually happens in Indiana.
So are you saying Illinois? So speaking of which, how does Chicago make so much money? What do they produce?
Violence?
That is not a profitable enterprise.
I mean...
War would like to disagree with you on that, sir.
There is a difference there.
There is this thing known as the war economy.
Look, shooting someone does not produce profit. Giving and selling and trading guns to other
Max, did you
people
just
so they
mean
can
or
shoot
Sneaky
each
got a lot
other
quieter?
is
No, I think he's the same for me.
massively different.
Oh,
Discord get turned down or something?
it might have.
Illinois
that.
produces body bags. I mean, you're not wrong. Okay. Well,
Actually-
let's get back to it.
What is Chicago's pride? Now I'm curious.
Harry's hand shut up. It is Russian time. It is Russian. Do you want to fuck Russian, man? It is. What is it, Potter? Snape asked, irritated. What is the value of these potions on the open market? What? What are you teaching children how to make these valuable products? It is Russian time. Valuable products for ourselves at the school teacher's salary instead of creating the products to meet the modern demand. You impertinent boy! Conversely, what is to stop me from selling these potions to myself after teaching you how to master them? There's really more of a question for economics of the potion making. Can you do the second chapter in the Southern Priest talking about Jesus accent? I can try. Where's the second chapter? Book 2. It's been a while, and I do have a next door neighbor this time, so. Only shut the door a little bit to try it. That's it, thing.
Oh, okay. I think just sports
didn't say
alone
skip
probably
it.
accounts for a shit ton of their economy.
It is a significant portion, yes.
Well,
Well,
why
that's
do
right.
you
You
loans?
guys also have Bloomingdale, the Riverwalk, Lincoln Park, Millennium Park, and Jackson Park. So that alone is a shit ton of tourism and a number of theater. Why is all the really cool stuff up there in a really shitty city?
Because the blacks didn't start shooting each other until the Democrats moved in.
Okay, sneaky.
Hey, look, it's just my hot take.
I'm gonna blame this on the potato juice.
It's just
No,
a hot
no.
take. No, it's been like 20 minutes since I stopped drinking. I'm sober now.
It's not how that works.
It's how it works for me. If you've noticed, I haven't been slurring my words. Gotta love reloading it and hearing that first. Well, you know our stream. We only produce the finest of the quality content. Although speaking as a left-leaning person, you're not exactly wrong. Yeah. Listen. Harry runs to before the mirror of Iris. My God, said Ron. Harry, it's your dead parents. Harry's eyes flicked momentarily over to the mirror. So it is. This information is neither useful nor productive. Let us leave at once, and to assist Hagrid in his noble enterprise of raising many dragon eggs as he sees fit, in spite of our country's unjust dragon trading restrictions. But it's your parents, Harry, Ron said. Ron never really put it. Harry sighed. The fundamental standard for all relationships is a trader principle, Ron. I do not understand, Ron said. Of course you don't, Harry said affectionately. This principle holds that we should interact with the people on the basis... It is Russian time. Do you want to fuck Russian, man? Of course you don't, Harry said affectionately. This is the principle that holds that we should interact with the people on the basis of the values that we can trade with them. Values of all sorts, including common interests in art, sports, or magic, similar philosophy, outlooks, political beliefs, sense of life, and more. Dead people have no value according to the trader principle. This is bad and you should feel bad. I'm all of 0.2 degrees to the left wing. It's hardly my fault. But did he give birth to you? I made myself wrong. Give me your wand, boy, Voldemort hissed. I cannot do that. This wand represents my wealth, which is a tangible result of my achievements. Wealth is a product of a man's capacity to think, Harry said bravely. Voldemort gasped. There is a level of cowardice lower than that of the conformist, the fashionable non-conformist. Voldemort began to melt. Harry lit a cigarette because he was the master of fire. Come to think of it, Sneaky, have you guys checked in on the Harry is a communist fanfic? No, we haven't, but I'm sure there's over 500 chapters at this point, considering he updated like once every week. And it's been like a year since we've checked on it.
It's been a while.
The smallest minority on the earth is the individual. Those who deny Russian man. Do you want to fuck Russian man? The smallest minority on
bringing
the
up
earth
that
is the
thing.
individual. Why? It's a good way to get into a Russian accent. What the hell did I check back in? And that's the other reason I do it.
God, I feel sorry for our chat sometimes.
What did I just come into?
As someone who has known Sneaky for 7 years at this point, I apologize. And I
don't apologize
completely
for him.
understand.
There's no apologizing.
No, there's no apologizing. We did this to ourselves. I mean, you did it to yourself and you are inflicting it upon others. But technically speaking, you did do it to yourselves because you're all still here listening. So, I mean, that is technically your fault. I am going to sell copies of my wand at an enormous markup. You can buy one like everyone else. Voldemort had been defeated. He hated us for our freedom, Ron said. No, Ron. He hated us for our free markets. Russian man. Free markets. Nah, it's worse. Oh well. Hermione ached with the desire for both of them to master her, but nobody paid her any attention. They had empires to build.
What is happening to your accent?
I don't know, man. Look, it's... Russian is really hard for me because I have not been around enough Russians recently. There's been a decline in Russians on the American servers, so I haven't been around a Russian accent in a while. Which is why my ability
Well,
to
ever since
mimic
the Russians got their servers fixed.
Yeah, I need Russian lessons from Zeeks. Yes, clearly. The next time we can just have Zeeks read it out loud. He has a mic.
If you give us $5, we'll let someone else from our fandom read a story in an accent to you.
Whoa!
Okay.
Zeeks has a Russian accent. Zeeks is Russian!
Yeah, Isley, you don't seem to have grasped just how international our viewership is.
We're like the most multicultural miniature podcast ever.
Yeah. Like I said, why do we keep attracting like people from Europe? Actually,
Technically, we are being funded by Zeeks here, so technically,
yeah.
we are being funded by Russia.
Oh,
We've
we
lost
lost
Lupine.
someone. Oh, there went Lupine.
Oh, yep. Good night, Lupine.
But Zex, out of curiosity, are you from the part of Russia that falls into Europe or Asia? Because I always kind of felt bad for Russia about that.
I think he's in your Russia.
Hmm.
I'm very close to Moscow. Outsourcing, so that's how they did it. Yeah, they just kind of outsourced everything to the Democrats. Shots fired. Alright, so Arn wants me to try and read this in a Southern preacher accent. But as our actual resident Southerner, Max, do you want to give this a go first?
No.
You sure?
I can't force a southern accent. It just sometimes it happens.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna be able to force a southern accent either. I'm just gonna be reading it in a really loud preacher voice. So.
Yeah. Looking forward to this.
Praise the
do.
Lord! Am I close, Max?
Okay. Instead of Lord, you want to do Laud.
Praise
try
the
doing what you-
Lord!
Okay, now I want you to try and slur that R even harder.
Praise the Lord!
Wait, there's an R in there? Oh, wait, praise, right.
No, no. Like in the Laud part, like the R still came through on your end, Sneaky.
There's an R?
When you said praise the Lord, there was still a slight R. You need to slur that even.
Well,
you need to
look,
slur
Max,
that as
look,
hard with W as
Southern
you
New
can.
Jersey is a mix of Southern, New York, Philadelphia, and coastal Britain.
Hold on. One of these
And
things is not
Italian.
like the other. One of these things doesn't belong in my fucking country.
It's definitely the New York.
Yes. Fuck you, New York.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Hey, man!
There's an Arn in there. Still that's Angela, the fly to Hogwarts. Ron cried in astonishment. Mum would never let us hear the end of it. The question is not who is, but who is going to let me. Harry said, already climbing into the driver's seat and making an informed personal decision about whether or not to wear a seatbelt. It is who is going to stop me. How about that? Was that good enough?
It wasn't Southern.
Say,
It wasn't Southern Baptist, but congratulations, you're now a TV evangelist.
I mean, that's the best I can do right now.
No,
You know
Sneaky,
what?
Sneaky,
That's fine.
Sneaky, here's the thing. If you want to be a televangelist, you need to ask people to finance your third private jet so you can continue doing the work of
That's
the Lord
right,
from
everyone.
the
If
other
you
two.
donate now, you can help me travel the world to spread my voice.
I think the best part about this is that Atin, you've already been fulfilling that part by trying to monetize every single action that Sneaky does.
Fun
Not
fact.
just Sneaky. You and me too. I shill equally, thank you.
Fun
Look,
fact. I've just
All I'm
tried
saying
to...
is someday someone's gonna be dumb enough to give us $10,000 to see what I was in a maid costume. That'll be the easiest money of our lives.
I actually have
I'm not doing a maid costume. No, I'll do a butler.
At the moment, we actually have a Russian national who delivers freight. He's a trucker at the place I currently work at, and he sounds exceedingly Russian. I'm going to leave it at that.
Oh boy.
It is. My name is Artur Diostaski, and I am here for Artur 1, 2, 3, 5.
I have the strangest urge to go play Papers, Please.
Yeah, basically. A house elf must be set free, sir, and the family will never set Darby free. Darby will serve the family until he dies, sir. Harry stared. Listen, Darby. Now I sound like Elvis. God damn it. I was going, and then we just took a break, and I fucked it up. You have the Russian accent. Like I said, vaguely. Whatever. The Elvis voice is decent enough. Can I get a hallelujah? See, there we go. I have to use both hands, the gesture. Otherwise, I don't do it right.
I like how dangerously close you are to slipping into places of method actor.
Max, he's already become a method actor. The only difference is whether or not he becomes like
Nicolas
Heath
Cage.
Ledger.
Oh, that too, I guess.
You know, I like that
Have
he
I ever
went for
witnessed an
Nicolas Cage
Italian?
first,
Yes.
Sneaky, but keep in mind that man is rich and he still gets jobs.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. You guys still have to write the script for Beyond Good and Evil for me.
Why do I have to write it? What? What?
Yeah, and then you guys were like, you should totally do a voice submission for a radio show. I was like, okay, I'll do it if you guys write the script.
Sure that wasn't Atin and Nose Hair?
I mean, it probably was. I don't fucking know.
Because, like, I found about that after the fact because I was playing a game and you guys were bitching about it in chat.
Does Mario
I just saw you
count?
freaking out. I was like, wait, what did I just miss during E3? Oh, they're outsourcing to fans.
Beyond. Was
I
that the
don't
one-
think I
oh,
cared about that.
Rage and the Ghost? I don't know. No. Freedom
No, that's Beyond Two
is a
Souls, I
political
believe.
context that has only one meaning: the absence of physical cohesion. It does not mean freedom from the landlord, or freedom from the employer, or freedom from the laws of nature, which do not provide men with automatic prosperity. It means freedom from the cohesive powers of the state, and nothing more. Almost at once, Harry wished he hadn't spoken. Darby dissolved again into wails of gratitude. Harry Potter is too good to Darby, sir. Listen, Harry continued briskly, because I'm only going to explain this once. I'm late for the Model UN Club, which I'm protesting as fascism described as a corporation this afternoon. Knowledge, thinking, and rational acting are properties of what, Darby? The individual, sir, Darby whimpered. That is right, Darby. And since the choice to exercise his rational faculty or not depends on the individual, man's survival requires those who think be free of the interference who don't, sir. Darby asked hopefully. Exactly, said Harry. Now, since wizards are neither omniscient nor infallible, they must be free to agree or disagree, to cooperate or to pursue their independent course, each according to his own rational judgment. Freedom is the fundamental requirement of a man's mind. A rational mind does not work under compulsion. It does not subordinate its grasp of reality to anyone's orders, directives, or controls. It does not sacrifice its knowledge, its view of the truth, to anyone's opinions, threats, wishes, or plans, or welfare. Such a mind may be hampered by others, it may be silenced, prescribed, imprisoned, or destroyed. It cannot be forced, which means Harry prompted, which means a wand is not an argument, sir. Cried Darby in amazement. You have been free this whole time, Harry said. Have a fiver. Darby's eyes glinted with the fire of an individual who had come to appreciate the value of money.
Why does this exist?
Why does what exist?
My accent or this fic?
This fic.
Or are
Oh.
you talking about the image just placed in anime?
What? What? No, I know why that exists. That's because Japan.
No, Max, that doesn't explain anything. It only explains to me that it's degenerate.
Yeah. Darby becomes Jewish. That's a new plot twist. I hear he's the heir of Slytherin, one of the girls whispered as Harry walked by. He stopped in the loose and effortless manner of a man who is at home in his own body. Excuse me, Harry said coolly. Only a man who does not need it is fit to inherit wealth. The man who would make his own fortune no matter where he started. If the heir isn't equal to his money, it serves him. Not it. It destroys him. If he held his head in a manner of one who takes his beauty for granted but knows that others do not. The Japanese are crafters of many great and exceedingly weird things. You are not incorrect on this one. Yes, I know what you are thinking. It's alright for him, he is an internationally famous wizard already. But what I have, when I was 12, I was just as much as a nobody as you are now. In fact, I'd say I'd even be more of a nobody. I mean, a few people have heard of you, haven't they? All that business with you must not be named. He glanced at the lightning scar on Harry's forehead. I know, it's not as good as the winning the Witch's Weekly's Most Charming Smile Award 5 times in a row, as I have. But it is a start, Harry. It is a start. A creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. Harry said from a davenport in the corner, half lying sprawled limply like a kitten. It had often astonished Lockhart. He had seen Potter moving with a soundless tension to control the precision of a cat. He had seen him relax like a cat, in the shapeless ease, as if his body held no single solid bone. People think a liar gains a victory over his victim, Eric continued. What I've learned is that a lie is an act of self-abdication, because one surrenders one's reality to whom lies. Making the person's one's master, condemning oneself from then on to faking the sort of reality that a person's view requires them to be faked. The man who lies to the world is the world's slave from then on. There are no white lies. There is only the blackest of destruction. And what lie is the blackest of all? Gilderoy.
All right, what on earth are we reading? Because this does not sound like Harry Potter anymore.
Ayn Rand, Harry Potter. Basically, it's just all of Ayn Rand stuff, but Harry Potter is saying it.
Right.
You have no eye, Harry said abruptly, and rose to leave. You barely exist. It's actually really, tiring to do this. I'm actually, gesturing everywhere, too. It's actually a decent workout at this rate.
Just get yourself some, 2-pound weights.
No, I would have to, put them on my arms itself. I wouldn't, hold them in my hands, because I have to continuously gesture.
Yeah, you can get I think you can get bracelets that can hold 1 to 5 pounds.
True enough. It's getting late and I'm getting tired. Well, it's the end of the stream too, so. I hope we finish this chapter and pick it up later. No, it's getting to the end of the stream at least. We have about 15 minutes left, so I guess I'll do a just fucking dumb one. And then call it a night. Sure, yeah, we'll pick this up later. Oh, finish the chapter. I'm done. Hey man, don't be hating.
Oh god.
Just remember, everyone, no lives matter. We all die in the end.
That good of a day, huh?
Oh, it's the best of days, man. It is the best of days. Anyone ever read this Colosseum? Source for the pick in the anime? No. Golosem. No.
Coliseum.
No, it's Golosseum. That's the anime's name. It's
Oh god, it
Golosseum.
is Coliseum. What the fuck?
You guys all right there?
No. No, I'm not.
Maybe you should just go to sleep.
No, I'm going to sleep in an hour. Okay, so that's book 3 right there. Okay, yeah, I can do this. Fanfic review. Let's do this. You see, that's what I admire about you, Harry. You always know. Drop the compliments, Hermione. But I mean it. How do you always manage to decide? How can you let others decide for you? But you see, I'm not sure, Harry. I've never sure of myself. I do not know whether I'm as good as they all tell me I am. I wouldn't admit that to anyone but you. I think it's because you're always so sure that I didn't know it before, Hermione. It's because I've never believed in God. Ironic that I'm reading it in this accent. Come on, talk sense. Hermione's twisted the emerald cuff on her thin wrist. Because I love this earth. That's all that I love. And I do not like the shape of things on this earth. I want to change them. For whom? For myself. Kiss me, you fool, Hermione cried. Harry did. Efficiently. You don't have to applaud, he said. I don't expect it. God fucking damn.
Who's doing what?
What the hell is going on, you idiot?
In a capitalist system, Darby began falteringly. He shot a look of unswerving devotion to Harry. Harry was used to such looks as a man who behaved as he wished and not as others did. And according to the dictates of the market, Harry prompted. And according to the dictates of the market, Darby continued, drawing himself up to his full 2 feet 3 inches, and he deems fit to whatever consumer wishes to procure. Wait. And jabbing Mr. Malfoy directly in the shins. Darby is already an independent agent and may offer his services at whatever price he deems fit to whatever consumer wishes to procure them. Darby is a free elf under capitalism. Mr. Malfoy's jaw gaped open like the mystic and irrationalist that he was. It was funny. Darby remembered at one time he wanted to be an artist. It was his mother who had chosen a better field in which to exercise his talent for drawing. Draco was the wannabe artist. Wizardry, she had said, is such a respectable profession. Besides, you must meet the best people in it. She had pushed him into his career, and he had never known when or how. It was funny, thought Draco. He had not remembered that his youthful ambition of his for years. It is funny that he should hurt him, now to remember. Well, this was the night to remember it, and to forget it, forever. Wizards, he thought, always made brilliant careers, and once on top did they ever fail. Suddenly he recalled Henry Cameron, caster of a great spell 20 years ago, old drunkard with the offices of some waterfront today. Draco shuddered. Darby is an end unto himself, the elf chuckled as he capered down the hallway. Darby is dedicated to his own values. Cheer up, Harry, said the Draco. Have a fiver. Alright, that's the end of book 2.
Cool.
And that about brings us to that time again where we say goodbye and see you Tuesday. Question I meant to ask the assembled parties beforehand. Anyone ever watch How Not to Summon a Demon Lord? It's enjoyable and trash.
I actually read it.
Yeah, I've been reading the light novel. It's managed this odd balance of this
absolute garbage.
but still interesting. It managed.
It's interesting garbage.
What? Why am I always the last to hear about this?
Okay,
because
so
you're a sad hobo who doesn't like people.
yeah,
this is
pretty
fair.
much. But Sneaky, remember how when we first started talking about Sword Art Online, like specifically the anime, how it was just interesting enough to keep watching, but still trash enough you had no problem like shitting on it?
Mm-hmm.
This one manages the same thing, both in the light novel and in the anime, from what I've heard. It manages that weird, intricate balance of like, I kind of want to see where this goes, but why do I keep watching this?
Takuma Sakamoto is a hikikomori gamer who is mysteriously transported into the world of his favorite MMORPG, Cross River, with the appearance of his own character in the game, the Demon Lord Diablo. The two young girls who summoned him, the Pantherine Rem and Elf Shara, attempt to use the spell to make Takamaru their servant, but due to his passive magic reflection ability, the spell rebounds and they both end up with magical collars stuck on their necks, thus becoming his slaves instead. With a serious case of social anxiety, Takuma decides to act like his character while interacting with others and makes use of his high stats and vast knowledge of the Cross River's lore to survive in his new environment, traveling along with Rem and Shara to look for a way to remove their slave collars while helping them with their own personal issues that led to them to summon him in the first place. That is an immensely generic summary for Japan. Yeah, that's really what I was getting the feel from this. It's Sao, but Overlord, but shittier. That's pretty much what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, the blandness of SAO with the
Antagonist,
isekai,
protagonist, isekai.
yeah, with the overpowered protagonist of Overlord.
Who's technically the antagonist, but yeah.
No. Sneaky. All the filthy humans are the antagonists.
Of course.
I mean, like, and it's always funny because like SAO makes very far better reading experience than it does watching experience for most of its shit. This doesn't have this similar thing. It's like, I don't know why I'm reading this. It gets occasional laughs out of me, but it's like, eh.
That bad, eh?
Not even that bad. Just kind of. You know how the SAO anime is perfectly mediocre?
More or less.
It's got that problem basically as both a novel, as a novel at least.
I see.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's interesting enough to be like, yeah, I'll give this a read whenever new volumes release, because they're only like $6 to $7 a piece. Fairly cheap, even by light novel standards. Kills 2 or 3 hours a time.
Nice. Okay, well, thank you all for joining us today. And thank you to those who stayed to this point to endure the torture that is my attempts at an accent. And we'll see you all Tuesday. Because remember, there's always more, and it always gets worse.